Welcome to week 3 of the Hyrox Prep series. Today's actually the first day back at university, so life is looking pretty. I feel a bit overwhelmed with my schedule right now, like coming up over these next weeks and this semester, and I'm curious to see how well I'm gonna be able to prioritize my training. And yeah, I also need to prioritize my studying and like editing this YouTube video and all of that. It's gonna be a lot, I think, but I'm gonna do my best to try and do everything. This is my view. I'm just sitting here looking at the anatomy of the ears. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna go do a strength session in an hour or so. I'm gonna just do some studying right here. And yeah, I'll see you at the gym. Nice. Hello. I forgot to show you my gym session. I randomly run into Solveig, a friend from calisthenics, and we ended up training together. But I did an upper body session with some chin-ups, dips, push-ups, trying to learn the muscle up, and yeah, that was pretty much it. And then some bicep curls. It ended up taking me like 2 hours. But it always takes more time when you're social, like in between sets, but I think it's worth it. Like I usually train by myself, so it's nice to have some company sometimes. Yeah, now it's time for dinner. I'm gonna have the same as I had yesterday, which was in last week's YouTube video. I'm gonna show you my dinners and my breakfast. It's rice, ground beef, 5% fat, beetroots, and I'm gonna have my avocado. That's pretty much it for dinner, and I need a shower. Breakfast is served. So I just came back home from university, and as you just saw, I trained this morning with a friend from uni. We did a strength session. I did legs, she did upper body. Now I'm just gonna have a snack and then go right into my 50-minute easy run. And I'm gonna try to keep it more easy than I did this Sunday. So I'm just gonna focus on keeping my heart rate low and like making it feel very easy, like I could just go for hours, leave that ego behind and actually run very easy. So that's the plan. Then do some more studying and maybe go for a calisthenics session later this afternoon. I'm just gonna take it easy there and mostly go for the social part. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be my day today. short and easy run. Average heart rate 133. Pretty happy with that. Felt quite easy. For the YouTube video. Hello, I'm just coming here with a bit of an update. So this is week 3 of the training for Hyrox. Ever since this weekend when I moved here back to Trondheim, I have felt like I haven't been recovering as quickly and as much as I usually do, and that I don't feel really recovered enough for my sessions. So this week I haven't been following the program as I have done the past 2 weeks, because I'm trying to get better at listening to my body and not just pushing through even though I'm tired, so I'm not really good at differentiating between if my body is really tired or if I'm not feeling like doing something. So I'm trying to get better at actually listening to my body when my body is asking for more rest, like in more stressful periods. Like I just moved here. I moved back, so I have been living here for 3 years now, but it was a stressful weekend to just get back to studying. And yes, I'm just trying to be real with you guys. In the past, I haven't been good at listening to my body when it's actually tired. I've just been pushing through with my training, and like I've been fine for a period of time, but then it comes to that point where the body can't handle it anymore and it like forces you to rest. Back home from the gym, I did my intervals, and then I did like a 30-minute strength session, just doing some leg exercises and core. And then I walked home again in the rain. That was a 2-kilometer walk back home. This is what I got at the grocery store. Smoked salmon, bananas, grapes, avocado, raspberries, cottage cheese, and some kind of chocolate milk, which is good for recovery, like straight after a session. I had one of these after my intervals and then before I did a strength session. So this is my next meal. I just came home from my workout and it's like overnight oats with peanut butter and nuts. I eat that every day for breakfast, but today I'm just having it like after my workout, so technically this is breakfast, but it's 11 a.m. so I don't know, maybe this is actually lunch, I don't know, because I did have a slice of bread with peanut butter and banana and some yogurt before my workout. And yeah, then I had, after my workout, I had that chocolate milk, which has 30 grams of 30 grams of carbs and 20 grams of protein. And then I also had a banana. So this meal is gonna take me to 1,300 calories, I think, like ish. I do count calories just to like make sure I'm eating enough, and I also count protein to make sure I'm getting enough. So I think I average around like 3,000 calories a day. I don't count it super strict, but I approximately know how many calories there is in the meals that I'm having. I know counting calories isn't for everyone, but so the main goal of counting calories for me right now is to make sure that I'm eating enough to fuel my training, to avoid underfueling, because that's the last thing I want to do, to be underfueled. I don't just care about the quantity of my food intake, like counting calories, but I also think about the quality of the foods that I'm eating, so including lean meats and healthy fats like nuts, avocado, salmon, and eating enough carbs to have enough energy for my training and recovery, and having lots of vegetables, fruits and fruits and berries. And I really enjoy the foods that I'm having, so I don't feel the need to have chocolate or candy or anything like that. Looks delicious. And a bowl of cottage cheese, berries, and granola. Ready to run. I'm gonna do an easy run. It's Sunday morning, 90 minutes. Let's do it. So I came back from my run a couple of hours ago, and I don't really know why I'm filming this, but just trying to be real. Sorry. Okay. This is the third time that I'm recording this because my iPhone didn't have enough storage. I guess I'll just have to explain all this once again. So this is week 3 of doing the mod. Okay, let's just check if it's actually recording. Okay, it's actually recording. Yes. Okay. So this is week 3 of doing the mod 3 program. And I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm getting these signs, or I'm feeling like my body isn't recovering enough, and I have a history of overtraining, and like I have overtrained a lot of times, and to the point where my body is actually forcing me to rest, and I'm feeling like the same pattern is happening once again. And now, if I'm ever gonna learn, I actually have to rest more. So I'm taking this as a sign that my body actually needs rest. My resting heart rate has increased, my HRV has dropped, not feeling really recovered after a good night of sleep. Trying to get better at actually listening to my body, and when it's telling me that it needs more rest. I've never been good at actually listening to my body. I've been more towards focusing on discipline and just doing the work no matter how my body feels. And I'm extremely proud that I have the mental work that I have done for the last 2 years to build that discipline. I'm very proud of that I have developed this discipline that I have. Because when I look back 5-7 years ago, when I wanted to start getting into training and getting stronger and getting faster, and seeing all these people running marathons, ultras, lifting really heavy, doing calisthenics, all of that. I really wanted to do that, but I didn't have any belief in myself that I could ever be at that level, that I could ever run a marathon, for example. Because deep down I knew that when things get hard, I quit. That's how I used to be. And I knew that it required to be more resilient, be more disciplined, and to just be really consistent and not giving up when it gets hard, and doing the work even when you don't feel like it. Yeah, I'm proud of that when I look back and see and just remember how I used to be and how far I've come with my mentality. But the negative effects has been that I have not really been listening to my body ever, of how it's feeling and when it's telling me that it needs rest. And that's been devastating for my progress in especially my running. I have achieved some amazing running goals. A sign that my body needs more rest now. So this week I haven't followed the program as strictly as that I have done for the last 2 weeks. Because if I'm actually gonna improve my fitness, I need to improve this as well. I need to get better at letting my body rest when it needs it. I know that it doesn't really work to just train more. It will eventually just make my body force me to rest. I'm gonna be proactive instead of reactive. So taking action before my body burns out and I just have to react to that, and then I actually have to rest. Hopefully just have to take training a bit easier this following week 4. And I'm not gonna follow any program then, just gonna listen to my body and let how my body is feeling decide how I'm gonna train. And hopefully I'll be back to following a program the week after, so week 5. And I'm considering doing the mod 2 program instead, just because I think it just has less volume than the mod 3. So yeah, just trying to keep it real. I'm trying to kind of flip the switch and be disciplined enough to rest. It's for the best in the long term, and I want to be in this game for the long run. So rest is going to be the priority for next week. And yeah, I think I'm just going to end the video right here. Thanks for watching this week's episode, and I'll see you in week 4. Hopefully feeling a bit better with some more rest. Yeah, see you, bye.